In a heated moment during a recent BBC debate, Labour's deputy with democratic principles. As tensions mounted in the room, a man stood up and calmly but firmly asked, "Do you people genuinely not understand what democracy is?" The remark struck a chord with the crowd, catching Rayner visibly off guard. He continued, stressing that members of Parliament are elected to represent the public, not to serve party agendas. "Do your job or step aside," he declared, prompting a wave of applause from the audience. The sentiment was clear. Many felt their concerns were being ignored, and Rayner seemed unprepared for the intensity of the criticism. In response, Rayner attempted to pivot the conversation to her commitment to protecting British jobs and workers. But rather than addressing the core of the man's question, her response was seen as evasive. The lack of a direct answer drew visible disapproval from the crowd and deepened the sense of disconnect. This wasn't an isolated instance. Rayner has frequently stumbled when faced with straightforward political questions. One recurring issue is her reluctance to clearly define who Labour considers a worker. Despite Labour branding itself as the party of the working class, Rayner's vagueness has left many supporters questioning whether the party still understands or represents their everyday struggles. Rayner's working-class background has long been a cornerstone of her political identity. However, critics argue that Labour's recent policy shifts suggest a growing detachment from its traditional base. Once hailed as a voice for ordinary Britons, Rayner is increasingly viewed as out of touch with the people she claims to represent. One particularly contentious issue arose when Labour unveiled plans to prioritize social housing for migrants. For long-term British residents stuck on waiting lists, the proposal felt like a betrayal. The backlash was swift and intense, with many accusing the party of sidelining those who have spent years waiting for basic support. Rayner also struggled when pressed about Labour's tax strategy. When asked about potential cuts to corporation tax, she avoided giving a definitive answer, raising concerns about her command of key economic policies. Her attempts to shift blame to political opponents like Nigel Farage only fueled public frustration. Many saw this as a diversion from Labour's unwillingness to confront pressing issues directly. Critics say Rayner's leadership has been increasingly marked by vague messaging, media missteps, and missed opportunities to reconnect with Labour's core voters. The party's focus on symbolic gestures and internal politics, such as cancelling key local elections, has only deepened voter disillusionment. As a result, Labour faces a mounting credibility crisis. Once seen as the champion of working people, the party now risks being perceived as elitist and disconnected. Rayner's political future, along with Labour's broader prospects, now hangs in the balance. With public trust waning and patience wearing thin, the party must urgently reassess its direction. Unless Labour re-engages meaningfully with the concerns of ordinary citizens,